Okay.
Hey guys, what's going on? You're watching the Better Jury podcast. It's episode 45. That's a 4 and a 5. We're here to talk today about the HOH competition and their nominations and the hacker and basically that whole episode, Sunday's episode. And then we'll also be talking about things that have happened since then. So basically going up current within the house. But before we get to that, we have to introduce ourselves. My name is Kelly.
I'm Jacob.
I am Kelly also.
And I'm Easy Rider.
I think this is the last
Better Jury podcast.
Oh man, I don't even know where to go from there. But Kelly, welcome back to the podcast.
Hey, it's been a hot minute. I'm sorry, guys. I missed you.
I've missed you so much.
Yeah,
I tuned in to watch you guys doing the podcast live one night.
I saw that. I
I
commented.
had this twinge of sadness.
Oh,
Oh,
that warms my heart a little bit. But
Oh man.
How cold is your heart, Jacob?
it's pretty cold. Ask anyone.
have you heard him talk about how he's gonna play this game when he gets into the house? Like, yeah, his heart's pretty cold.
I'm not gonna take any prisoners. That's for
Are you going to describe explicit death scenarios to your fellow house guests?
No, it's not part
And
of
then kiss them on the cheek and walk out.
I'm gonna. Oh my God.
Let's
Just checking.
let's table that for a second because I need to ask you, what have you thought about the last 2 weeks of game?
This season just keeps. It's just a love letter to the fans. I don't know. It couldn't be any better if they were scripting it, and I just hope they aren't. I hope this is all happening for real. I hope Big Brother is entirely random and they don't steer it. But one thing I love about this season is that justice is swift and karma is indeed a bitch. People who have it coming just keep getting it. Caitlyn got hers, and then Bailey got. She flew way too close to the
Bailey got
sun.
more than hers.
And Rachel got hers too.
Yeah. If
Swaggy
that
got
stays a
his.
pattern, then Angela's got it coming. Sam, I don't know what Sam has coming. Some medication. There's just a lot of weirdness this summer, but it's really camera-friendly weirdness.
It's great. We need to talk about Sam. I think that's probably where we need to start. There was a competition, and there was an HOH, and there was a hacker comp. But we need to start first and talk about Sam's craziness. I have genuine good feelings for this person.
Yeah.
She makes my heart warm, but I was terrified.
Yeah.
Watching this episode, and I felt sad for her. What did you think, Kelly?
She just seems really stumped. At one point, she said something like, "I'm starting to get the feeling that I'm the only normal person in a house full of psychopaths, and they're all just here to win money."
Yeah.
I remember her saying that.
She's like, "If I didn't know better, I'd think these people were all just here to win $500,000."
Yeah.
And she just her heart is either too pure, or she's just too holier than thou to get down in the mud with everybody. But she seems really sad and disillusioned with everybody.
Yeah, she, just so you know, I don't know if you've been catching up with the feed, she's been mouthing into the mic that she wants to self-evict every 5 hours or so.
Her body language after, even during the hacker comp, you can see she's just over it. She's not playing, putting any energy into it.
Do you think that Tyler was the catalyst for this? Because he came out, like we mentioned in the last episode, Tyler came out and told Sam about his power, and Sam took it so freaking personally. Do you think that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back for her?
Go ahead, sorry.
No, you go ahead, Kelly. We haven't heard your voice.
It's so weird because he really didn't tell anybody else. He told her first. He held on to it for a while, but it's not like her game suffered for not knowing. It was more on principle. Everything with her is some failure to live up to some lofty principle. that she defined, and it doesn't matter. It's weird.
Oh man. Yeah.
So we have, just I'll jump in a little bit here. We have a couple new pieces of information that doesn't relate to episode spoilers. They could show it on Wednesday, but I doubt it. That Sam had a couple of conversations with the girls where she talks about a little bit of what's been driving her crazy, and I was a little bit floored because it wasn't what I was expecting. First, she tells Casey that in the beginning of the game she had a little bit of a crush on Tyler.
There it is.
And
Yep.
he wasn't reciprocating, and it drove her crazy. And then, as she got talking to Brett more, that crush transferred to Brett, and Brett is all over Angela and
Haley.
Haley. And she admitted to Casey that she does feel insecure when standing next to Haley because she's very pretty and
What?
Hey, Jacob, can you move your mic closer to your mouth? Because I love you. I want to hear your angel voice.
Oh, well, that's very sweet. But did you guys not hear that last part?
So you were saying that Sam is jealous of Haley because she's pretty.
Because she's pretty, and she had a crush on Tyler to begin the game, but is frustrated now that he doesn't seem to care about any of that. And so we've got a little bit more of a love triangle situation in the Big Brother house. They won't go away.
Well, so Sam, I find Sam to be absolutely beautiful,
right? Mm-hmm.
But she's also set herself up as the house mom,
right?
And sort of removed. I mean, she's sort of acted above all the showman stuff, and But it sounds like she sort of was hoping that she would still,
right?
Have some
remember, she went into this house heartbroken. So I'm sure that in the beginning, she kind of thought, this is obviously me speculating, she kind of thought to herself, I'm not going to do anything like that because of how I'm feeling. Right. But after being in this house for almost 60 days, things are going to change.
What do you mean?
But she's kind of set herself up to where she's stuck in this position that you're talking about as being the house mom.
So when you say that she went into this house heartbroken, what are you referring to?
Her and her boyfriend broke up before the season started. And I don't know how close to when the season started, but I know that she and her long-term boyfriend, they aren't together anymore for whatever reason. I don't know why. I just know that she's heartbroken.
So
a few weeks ago, that would have been the best news ever. But then I saw the vacant look in her eyes when she described a curb stomp in graphic detail to a horror-stricken JC.
Yeah.
It was just the weirdest damn thing I've ever seen. A curb stomp is one of the most disturbing things you could do to another human.
Right.
Yeah.
I would think. And she had this sort of glint in her eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was very troubling.
Yeah, it's not good.
I feel like this is production's response to her trying to self-evict, because we know that when she found out from Tyler about the power, she went into the DR to self-evict, and they had to basically tell her, hey, you're America's favorite. If you leave, you will most likely you won't get this prize, and you'll miss out on this amazing opportunity. So I feel like production, because they told her that, they're trying to balance out what happened. Because she, from my understanding, she seems to have more of a view of oh, I'm America's favorite, so I'm still here for that, even though she keeps flipping from self-evicting to not self-evicting.
Right. Go ahead, Shaun.
I was just saying, just to kind of piece that together, with her going into the house heartbroken and then saying these things to JC that are related to, knocking out somebody's teeth with their foot. And swallowing them. Do you think that was the catalyst that broke the camel's back for her relationship? Because she probably said that at one point, and that just scared the shit out of that person, and they left.
I'm probably gonna say no. That probably didn't happen.
I'm just shooting in the dark here, but I'm trying to help.
We appreciate it, Shaun. We always appreciate your your input here on this podcast. We love you for it. So yeah, I mean, Sam helps us understand something that we were all wondering about, and that is what exactly does it mean to stomp a mud hole in somebody? And she
Oh man, I just want to say sorry. Talking about like stomping a mud hole, Shaun and I we saw. Oh my God, what was that movie? But at the end of it, it was sorry to bother you. And they actually.
Oh no, I haven't seen it yet.
I'm not gonna say anything. I know. They use the phrase "stomp a mud hole" in that movie, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's a thing!" Like other people say this besides Sam when she's trying to describe it to JC.
I mean,
when she's talking about Caitlin.
That is some underground language there. I mean, really got to get in with down and dirty with some people to know that word.
Yeah,
I feel like I hear it with some regularity, but that might just be prison.
Yeah,
it's not my background in the Mormon Church. Probably, it's just the prison.
Hey. Leviathan, Jacob mentioned stomp a mud hole.
Oh man.
So sorry, I got us off track.
So we get an explanation of what it means to stomp a mud hole, because Sam says this to JC that she wants to stomp a mud hole, and who was it? Did she say?
Who was it?
It was
Tyler. No, it wasn't Tyler. Tyler was in the room.
It was one of the girls.
Was it Angie?
Angela.
It was Anyway, it doesn't matter. One of the level 6 girls is gonna get a mud hole, and because English is JC's second language, he's like, I've never heard this phrase before. What could that mean? And she says, well, JC, it's a mud hole is a hole that you put mud into, some water, and it makes mud. But instead of thinking of it as a mud hole, think of it as a blood hole. And I'm going to stomp one. I'm going to stomp one into somebody. And he's like, why would you ever do that?
And then rather than backing off, she just goes full force into it. It's like, well, if you think that's
is that too
crazy,
subtle for you?
yeah, have you heard of curb stomping someone?
And he's like, no.
She's.
I don't know. I think that in some ways, she's trying to fight her morality, and like, I mean, if she can, go into this mode of, hey, I don't want some hussies in here, but then instantly go over to, I'm gonna stomp a hole in your body, like, like those two things, they're juxtaposition, man. They don't go together. Like, I think in some way she's like battling herself.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing, though, is like when she was talking, she was very matter of fact about it, and she had an answer to every question JC had to ask. And I was sitting there just thinking, there's a good chance that she's killed some people, or come darn close. And she sort of hinted a couple times in the house, like, I'm pretty close to going into another mode here, and you don't want to see that mode. Right. And whereas Bailey, when she said it, it was kind of like, well, that's a pretty shitty thing to do, Bailey. When Sam does it, my blood ran cold a little bit. Like, I don't want to see that, Sam. Please put it back in the box.
So like, I really hate to say this, but I mean, like, that's what our title is. Like, she needs to go. I think the house guests need to put the game on hold for this week and just put Sam out of her misery.
Nice.
And like, I absolutely hate it. Like, I love her to death, but this house is not designed for her whatsoever.
I've got, and here I have a little bit of a conspiracy theory here, and go with me, because Sam has been asking production to self-evict for days, and they're like, no, you can't self-evict. You're one of America's favorites. Don't self-evict. But then we saw the Sunday episode, where we see a little bit of the craziness of Sam. So here's my thinking. My thinking is production knows they need an out in case something goes very, very wrong. Now, if something goes very, very wrong, they are going to look like they're on the hook. So what they're going to do is before we see the stone cold box of no emotion from Sam, they're going to force her out of the house, I believe,
Yeah.
because like you can't. Now I'm not super clear on Big Brother rules, but I'm pretty sure you cannot threaten violence on another house guest.
Yeah, but they like.
Yeah,
Really did it for a month.
Like that, what she's saying is nothing. I mean, like that's something. It's basically like your boss is trying to find a reason to fire you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like that. That's what they would do. And I agree with you, Jacob, that they set that up to where it wouldn't for the viewers make it seem so crazy if she ends up self-evicting or they evict her. Either way.
I mean, you could say selective editing, but I'm guessing nobody like prompted her to talk about curb stomping.
No,
like, that was all Sam.
it was all Sam. Nobody was like, "Hey Sam, can you tell me what a curb stomp is?" Like, I know the definition of that. Let me help you out.
America has a secret mission for you. Go in and describe 2 grisly kinds of murder to an unsuspecting house guest.
It really makes you wonder like what she goes to church for, man. I have a theory now because Donnie had this happen to him.
We've lost Kelly. Hold on a second.
What are you laughing
America's secret mission for you. Goodness gracious, grizzly murders. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, calm down. Okay.
I would watch that show just for the record.
All right. Well.
Okay. Sorry, Shaun. Go ahead.
Oh my god. That's beautiful.
Like we haven't seen an America's like secret mission in a long time.
Yeah.
So it'd be really funny if that was.
Oh man.
It's so funny still. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Pull it together, guys.
I feel like that joke was a 7 out of 10.
I know, and I meant like it's one of those things. It's like you with the. It's like you with the ugly Charizard.
Yeah.
Charmander. God, that was so funny. Okay.
All right. Back on track, guys.
Here we go.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead. Say what you were going to say.
Now. Okay. So I was just thinking though, because Donnie had mentioned in a tweet like a while back about how, he got people had accusations like, oh, he's like in the special forces, or he's the military, or he's like some professor. But now that we know, like Sam has this like dark, kinky side to herself, like there's a good chance that some of that might be true about her. Like
she could be, or it's just the welder's code.
Yeah, she could be the
welder's code.
Mercenary code.
Yeah, she's when you
part of the Dark Brotherhood.
Yeah. When you go on Craigslist to hire a killer, Sam's number pops up, and she charges a fee. No, but in all seriousness, I am concerned for Sam. And being in a place that you can't leave is not a very healthy environment for somebody who's sort of spiraling, I wouldn't think. So
ask Kelly. He goes to prison.
Well, I do think that like around about this time every season, there's a group of like a subgrouping of the house guests right around jury time. That this is when like the psychological effects of cabin fever and of being locked in start to make you a little funny. And I feel like they end up more often than not, you end up with 1 or 2 people who get sort of either pity evictions or their behavior gets so outrageous that they just have to be evicted. Then you see them like a week later in the jury house, and they're just like, "Whew, I don't know what that was, but hey, I made cookies."
Speaking of
Shout out to you, Polly.
speaking of going a little crazy, and I know we still haven't touched nominations yet, but we get. I'll just leave a little teaser. We get a couple of instances later on in the week after we talk about nominations of house guys going a little crazy, and doing some things and saying some things maybe they perhaps should. But
I want to know.
yeah, we'll get to that. But first, we have to get through the business of nominations.
But
first, yeah, we have to get through the business of initial nominations and then the hacker competition. Yeah, so we see the HOH this week put up. We have who is it? We have
not Tyler.
Not Tyler.
It was Casey and Angela.
Yeah, Casey and Angela put up by
Haley.
Haley, yes.
And before that, Tyler has a conversation with Haley where Tyler says, "Hey, the best thing for your game is to backdoor me.
Because
I will have 2 chances to fight for my life if you put me upright versus if you backdoor me and I'm not chosen for veto, then I can't like save myself at all."
Right.
Now, if I'm Haley,
Right?
why would I want to listen to someone who's giving me this perfect plan? Why, like, her trust in Tyler, like, yeah, on paper it sounds great, but why is Tyler telling me to backdoor him?
Let me, I will put your mind at ease, Kelly, and I'll just tell you that Haley is not the sharpest crayon in the box.
She had so much potential.
She is not the sharpest crayon in the box, and I say that only because of what happens later that Kelly still doesn't know about. But I'm gonna milk this
I
for as
can't
long as I
wait.
can. Oh, it's so great.
She's on my team. I'm still pulling for her in spite of myself.
She still has a chance to win, but
I would not be upset if she won. She's the only person on a Faute that I would not be upset if she won.
She's got good book learning.
She is an English major, I think.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why I honestly think that she did really well in the first hacker comp. Also, she told production that she really likes to type out. You know that SpongeBob meme where it's like lowercase capital, where it goes back and forth, and it's like the mocking one. That's why she did so well in the HOH competition. Was because she loves to type like that. Little side note.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she loses a point in my book, but but yeah, I mean, okay, so she has this sort of conversation with Tyler where she's like, "Oh yeah, sure, that sounds good. I'll definitely do what you want me to, Tyler, because I don't know why you would be giving me game advice, but that seems like good game advice." In fact, she goes into the diagram and she's like, "I don't know why Tyler's telling me to backdoor him, but okay."
That's your biggest red flag right there. Someone's telling you to backdoor you. It's like, okay, why do you want me to backdoor you? No, I'm gonna do the opposite.
Yeah, right,
man.
Yeah.
Especially particularly if they're not on your team.
Yeah.
Which Tyler has been proven. Anyway, it's God.
Right.
The amount of chances that Faute has blown in this game absolutely astounds me. How much power they have, and yet they're absolute failures.
Yeah. By the way, just so you know, just to get a general feel of the room, on a scale of 1 to 10 at this point in the game, how likely is it, do you think, that Tyler would be interested in a showmance? On a scale of 1 to 10, how interested do you think he would be at this point with anybody, even if he had feelings for the person?
0.
I think 0. I think he really 1 because he talks so much about how he wants to win and he put so much effort into this thing. Right. His gameplay is not, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but he's very aware of the situation, where he's at and what does he need to do to get out of it or into it.
Yeah, because he's definitely got some frustrated alliance members. Angela has also mentioned having a crush on Tyler, and is frustrated that he won't do anything about it, because she just wants some cuddling, and he won't give it up, and yeah, I don't understand why they think at this point in the game that it would be a good idea to come out in a showmance. But
Dollaby says 1 on a scale of 1 to 10.
oh yeah, totally.
He says 1.
You got to kind of give it to him. Like, we haven't seen many house guests who look like him and who are single and who have people interested that he, like, it takes some strength of will to, like, stay above it. And even, like, most of them end up at least doing some flirtmance.
Right.
If it's not a full-blown showmance, but he's really stayed out of it. Like,
I mean, you would think at least he would pull a Frank and, like, do a HOH room makeout session.
Yeah.
Turn into something, you know, but it hasn't happened yet. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I mean, it's
Good job, Tyler.
It's
way to make up for the dumbass mistake that you made with telling Sam about your power.
Man,
no, I think he should probably make out with Sam and make up for that.
I feel like that would fix Sam for the entirety of the season. I feel like it. Like that's probably problematic of me to say that.
No, I honestly, and it's not because like I would agree with you, and it's not because like she has a crush on him, and so that would like fix things. She's craving like that physical attention, like normalcy that you don't really have in the house. So that's like something that's normal that she could do.
So after nominations, and that brings up a great point. Everybody in level 6 is like, I'm tired of Sam, because she always needs affirmation. You always have to be telling her she's the best, she's amazing. And Casey's like, I'm tired of it. And Tyler's like, yeah, I'm tired of it too. Like, can we somehow get rid of her, please? And he even does a diary room session where he's like, yeah, she's the worst for my game right now. Kind of reminiscent of Caitlyn.
Yeah.
And so he's gonna try, but fail at making that happen.
Poor Sam.
Yeah.
I wish production had chosen someone who at least kind of knew the game. Like, she's wonderful, but I mean, it didn't even have to be me. Like, it could have been someone else.
No, but it's totally.
The question was Donnie? Was he
a recruit?
A recruit? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't know the game really well, and he had that same kind of like, well, gosh, if that's how you have to act to win, I don't think I want to win.
Right.
But he was a little bit more like
he was understanding. He was understanding of like, these guys aren't my friends. It makes me feel good when they act like they are, but like they're here to get a check. And Sam thinks that she's on Big Brother to make new friends.
Yeah, he didn't personalize it, and she really does. He was more just like, hey, you guys do what you got to do. Just understand, I got certain places I'm not going to take this, but
well,
I miss Donnie.
We all miss Donnie. Can we have him back, like in All Stars? Like,
seriously,
it's a secret twin twist right there with Sam and Donnie. No one will notice.
I was gonna say.
That'd be awesome. You should do America's Favorite, like all.
Oh man.
For the entire like season, have a season of America's Favorites.
Yeah.
Choose the top 3. That'd be kind of cool, especially because Frankie wasn't. I don't think Frankie was a top 3. I know that Raven wasn't a top 3, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Man, that would be great. But we have even greater things to talk about.
Is it time?
It's is it time? Is it time, Kelly? Is it time?
We just have to talk about the hacker really quick.
Yeah, talk about the hacker.
Yeah.
So Casey won the hacker competition. I do want to. So before that, I want to backtrack.
Okay.
And Dollaby says that he would not watch the America's Favorite for that season, which I guess that's okay. I mean, it sounds pretty great to me, but I mean, maybe it's because like you just have a lot of people who are really, really great, so you're not going to get a lot of diversity. That's the only thing I could think of. But yeah, he typed it in all caps. He really doesn't want that to happen. Yeah, so the hacker competition happened, and I found out, I want to update from the last one. They did go on a field trip.
Oh, yeah.
Just to videotape
Wait.
going down the hallway.
Okay.
So they left the house to go to show them walking down a hallway, but the competition itself was filmed in the backyard.
No. Vegas tweeted it was filmed in the compound basement. So there's like a level beneath the house or somewhere on the house. There's an underground space. And it wasn't filmed in the backyard, which is why they had walls and such.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yes, that was you were right. You were right last season. And I apologize, or whenever we talked about it. So I apologize for being misinformed. So Casey won hacker, and something really interesting happened. Haley figured out who the hacker was. She did it by paying attention to the cameras.
Production ruined another thing.
Production ruined a big power again.
Wait, so how did she figure it out? Because when they won, the cameras like went over to that person. Like what?
Yeah, that's basically it. Like the cameras, Haley noticed that the cameras would follow
Casey.
Where it started following Casey. And they hadn't been following Casey before, so they figured it out, or she figured it out. So I guess she's not that dumb.
And also, Casey, and this is Casey's fault. So after they had them partitioned in their spots, Casey asked a question of production before the comp started, and so Haley noticed or knew where Casey was located in relation to her, and heard Casey moving around as she was celebrating winning the hacker competition.
Okay, yeah. Oh man. Well, that's okay. Cause
yeah, it's funny that nobody really believes her though. Like nobody believes that Casey won. Everybody thinks Tyler won.
That's funny.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead and explain what she chose to do with her hacker power.
So Casey pulled herself off, obviously, and then put up Rockstar, which is pretty awesome. Just because the idea of Rockstar going home on a Haley HOH is the epitome of everything that Faute represents.
It's basically like getting lapped in the Big Brother can.
Like just everything that they try to do, it always backfires on them. I think I want to say I was on Reddit like on Thursday when Haley won HOH, and they were like, "Well, no, if history is going to repeat itself, that means that something bad is going to happen for Faute, considering that they have power." Oh man!
Oh
it's
boy!
So great.
So yeah. We have Casey removing herself from the block and putting Rockstar up there. So we have Angie squared on the block at this point. And we get to the veto competition, which is we need to say the spoiler thing right now. We're moving into spoiler territory. So if you are not interested in spoilers, I will say that you're not getting the full Big Brother experience, but you're more than welcome to click off the video. We know,
and all our viewers are gone. No, I'm just kidding.
We do know that this week's POV competition is OTEV.
OTEV, yay!
OTEV!
And there was some drama in the OTEV competition, like always. So we get a glimpse of Rockstar being a rock star and finding a way to not win a competition.
Oh boy!
It's she finds a way twice to not win a competition. So
she got in second, right?
Yeah, she was second, but she could have won. For the last answer she was first, but she gave the wrong answer, giving the veto to Tyler.
Did she intentionally give the wrong answer, or did she? Man, is this the first time that this has happened?
But before that, she accidentally showed Tyler the right answer to a question where Tyler had the wrong answer, and so he would have been eliminated. Like,
Shut up.
he saw her answer and she was coming up the thing, and he was like, "Oh crap, I have the wrong answer." He went and ran and got the right answer, and before the next person could grab it, and it came back up and was still there. So
God, this season is so good.
it's so good. It's so good.
Oh my God. I don't think this has ever happened in an O-type comp before.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. There is something though. So like Tyler won the veto.
Mm-hmm.
There is a curse though with there, or something that hasn't happened before. It's the person who has won OTEP has never won the season.
Oh.
And so far, all of our curses have been true.
Oh.
Second HOH hasn't won the season. First person in the house hasn't won the season. Fifth HOH hasn't won the season.
Who is
and OTEP, fifth HOH. I don't remember. I just know that I think Bailey.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, she didn't win the season.
Yeah.
And OTEP winner has not won the season. And I am really hoping that Tyler breaks this curse.
No.
Please, Tyler. Oh my God.
No.
Scotty! I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
Oh,
was
man.
that Mabel? Your dog?
Yeah. Mabel fucking loves Scotty.
So we see Tyler win the veto, and post veto we have a really interesting conversation happen. We're like, hey guys, what should we do? Tyler's like, hey, I want to take Angela off, but if I do that, probably means Casey's going back up. And Casey's like, yo, dog, it's cool. Like, I got it. Yeah, like, no problem. I'll go on the block. That's not a problem. So he was like, yeah, I won't use it if you don't want me to, but like, because we know Angela's gonna be safe anyway. But Casey's like, yeah, I kind of, it's totally cool. It's fine. I can be on the block. So that's one thing we have going on.
Wow.
I'm enjoying the look. I'm so enjoying the look on your face, Kelly, right now. You were like trying to process that, like it was completely foreign. Yeah.
Well, well, I'm trying to do a vote count. I mean, Haley can't vote unless it's not an even vote week, is it?
Yeah. And
so Tyler,
Casey's gonna take away Fessie's vote. It sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, they would be in decent shape, but still, that's just a horrible idea.
Yeah, never volunteer to go on the block.
Lawan.
Yeah, that was what the face was. I was thinking of Lawan.
Yeah.
And the confidence on his face where he's like, hey, this feels like a week when they'll, get
power. Yeah. This just feels like a week. Yeah.
So $1 is saying that Brett is best in the game right now.
I would 100% agree with you.
I would 90%.
You guys live by the douche, die by the douche. You just watch that and be careful.
Brett is he's my angry, upset horse, and he's doing a good job.
He could win this game. I'm telling you, like if he gets the right people out who can kind of swing Bailey over to vote for him after that nasty message, and he quits leaving nasty messages, then he'll win the game.
He's not gonna quit leaving nasty messages.
If he doesn't, then he's gonna suffer the Paul fate. But
I'm here for it.
Yeah, that is his jury management. I can't tell. I think he's playing the game with the jury management, but
he's playing a crap game with the jury management right now.
Brilliant game. Because I can
see. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I just think that it's like, really bring everyone's level down of how high they want standards for him, and then he's gonna raise it back up. He's gonna talk about all the orphans that he saved or something.
Yeah.
Seriously, I keep thinking back to his interview at the beginning. If he had looked half normal in that interview with Ross, I would say maybe, but that's the thing is that at the end of the day, this is still not a character. He's just self-aware enough to like play to the cameras and entertain, but he's still an asshole, and
I love him
that's
for
going to
it.
be his undoing. Yeah,
But
I mean, you got to give it up. He's more likable than I thought he'd be, but he's playing the game ironically, pretty much. Like,
Yeah, it's great.
it's fun to watch, but he's not going the distance. I'm calling it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
No.
We should set a side wager here. Like, I'll dye my hair whatever color. I don't care. I'm
All right,
calling it.
so it's gonna be.
Okay.
You got no. I like your hair.
Kelly, I'm on your side with this one. I don't even know if he'll end up making it to final two. If he does, even if he does make it to final two, like I don't see him doing it. He's not. It kind of reminds me of like the same thing with Bailey, because Bailey was complaining that production hired me or they chose me because to be this aggressive black woman, so I have to play in this character. And Brett's not. I mean, like Brett's still doing it.
Embracing the Trump troll though. He's loving it. He's loving this thing.
Like he's doing a pretty good job of it, but when it comes to jury management, like that's the part that he's forgetting, that you need to alter it. Like you can't be that douchey. You have to show a little bit of humbleness.
He's a recruit though. He doesn't know.
Exactly. That's why he's gonna fail.
President of the United States got in because he was that douchey.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyway, guys.
Thanks for the reminder, Shaun.
The way he's treated women, though, like
it's upsetting.
He's alienated half the women in the house by either calling him honey, Brett.
Right.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
He called Bailey. He called her honey, and then.
But he smoothed it over. They were fine after that.
Yeah, that's
but
why.
not enough to get the vote.
That's why during the goodbye message, like Bailey was like, "Oh, I hate him." Oh wait, yeah, she totally did do that. And so I don't.
Fessy's not going to vote for him because he's pissed at him, with the triangle with Haley.
Oh.
Boy Gamer Jay is saying that the jury can manage itself and screw jury management.
Oh.
I'd like to introduce you to Paul for BB 18 and 19. Like the game at this point, it has changed so much. Like jury management is more pivotal than ever.
Yeah.
So as much as you could say screw jury management, but then sorry, my camera. I don't know what's going on right now, but like that's the second place game.
You've upset the internet, Kelly, when you said that.
I promised you that if you actually believe that, Boy Gamer, then you're settling for 50,000 when you could win 500,000. So you're making a $450,000 mistake.
I could take 50,000. That's like a down payment on a house.
Yeah, that's yeah.
You know what? But then again, let's review that for a second. So we're saying that if you are a douche, that you get second place. Like,
hey, I'm so sorry. Like he said, Boy Gamer Jay.
How nice you are. Oh, go ahead.
He's saying more things. He said Paul didn't do anything personal. Paul played a better game and should have won.
He should have won, but he didn't manage his jury.
Paul did play a personal game. Like, I'm sorry, do we not remember the whole argument or like the whole lead up to wanting to try to trigger Corey's PTSD? Or Cody, not Corey. Yeah. But like just that alone, and like the comments that he would make to Josh about how he was fat, and it was definitely a personal game, and that's why Alex hated it. Elena hated it. Whistlenut hated it. Like
Whistlenut.
He did a crap ton of personal things.
Guys, although I would hate to spend time on last season, but go forward into the amazingness that was the post-veto Haley shenanigans.
Yes, what happened?
When I say Haley shenanigans, I'm
it is shenanigans.
Okay. So here's what happens. Okay, so they have alcohol, right?
Yeah,
we have alcohol, which is always great in the Big Brother house.
So every good story starts.
So it's fantastic, and Fessy is like, hey, he's like doing his thing. He's like, hey, like I have feelings for you. Don't you have feelings for me also? And he finally gets what he wants, and he gets a little
Not sex.
no, he
Not sex.
Yes, he does. He gets sex with his mouth hole.
They
he
kiss.
doesn't-
They kiss.
they do, and that's not the exciting part though, because drunk Haley's not done. She has about 4 glasses of wine, which
Oh my god!
is
Please tell me she vomits in his mouth.
no, I wish that was the thing, but it's even better than that. So
Oh my gosh.
Oh my!
so here's what happens. She's like, hey, the edge is off. I'm going to be a great game player right now. I'm going to have a super good game conversation with Tyler, and I know exactly how I'm going to get him to do what I want with that veto.
She uses logic.
Oh no!
No, she does not use logic.
So she's like, hey, Rockstar, come to the bathroom with me. Come up to the HOH bathroom with me. And we're going to get in the bath and invite Tyler up to have a sensual conversation about where exactly he should stick that veto. And
Haley and Rockstar?
Yes. I wish I was making this up, but it's too glorious to not.
Wait.
Okay.
So just they're clothed or not
Yes,
clothed?
they are clothed.
They have clothes on.
Okay.
To my knowledge, they are clothed.
I think they're wearing. The video that I saw, Rockstar was not in the bathtub at that point.
Okay.
She was like sitting to the sides, and so she was wearing normal clothes. I know that
she wasn't in the bathtub at all. I don't think. It was just Haley being in the bathtub. But
Haley was wearing a bathing suit.
Yeah, and because the lead up to this conversation was just drunk Haley going, "Look, guy, Rockstar, I know what I need to do. Like I know how to get to Tyler. Tyler's so manipulatable. Like I can manipulate him so easy with just like my body, and it's gonna be amazing." And
oh my gosh.
and so she's just like, hey Tyler, you know how I love you, right? Like I love you, and like I think that our side can offer you safety for like 2 to 5 weeks.
Yeah, she said at least 3 weeks, because you're not my target this week. You're not my target next week. Not after that.
She said, and I quote, at least 2 to 5 weeks. And Tyler was like, okay, like what? How do I leave? This is a 2-hour-long conversation.
Oh my gosh.
He's in the bathroom. He's really not saying much.
No, he's not saying much. But
2 hours?
She's spilling all sorts of information. She's like, hey, Rockstar is my confidant. She makes all the decisions for us. And Tyler's just like, hey, that's exactly why she's on the block. But she doesn't say that to her. She says it to, himself and his group later on. So he was like, yeah, we can be together till the end, and like, at least 2 to 5 weeks. And I know that's what you want. And it was just the best thing in the world. I mean, I hope they air all of it. Like, it's so messy.
What a wonderful gift, because it so represents America right now. Like, it so represents America. Like, it's basically like Donald Trump's cabinetry. Like, they can't keep their shit together. Like, they're throwing secrets left and like they're all.
Fauci is the Trump cabinet. I like that. That's
is like the Trump administration. Like, it's just falling a fucking apart. Like, immediately.
So
it is a wreck.
So
Rockstar's Omarosa.
Kelly, I can promise you your spot on the podcast for the next 2 to 5 weeks.
Just you have to side with us.
First you have to get in the bathtub with me. And
that is wonderful. That did not disappoint.
Oh man. So I really hope they show it, because it was incredible. It was 2 hours.
They're gonna show it. They're gonna show it.
And so what has the fallout been? Like, did she wake up the next morning
just laughing? He's just like, I didn't know how to leave. He's like, I couldn't leave. It was 2 hours. Like, and she said nothing. Like,
oh man, they're so ridiculous.
That is wonderful.
I saw a clip of Haley, and she was like, up in the HOH room, I think with Scotty, and I know Fessy was up there, and Rockstar, and maybe JC. But she said no one else talks game like we do.
Yeah,
she's right.
She might be right.
She's right.
She might be right.
Absolutely right.
They're just so unobservant. They're like, when I say they, I mean the Fessy, Haley,
minus Scotty. Scotty doesn't belong in that camp to me.
Yeah, because he doesn't. He's a floater. That's a good thing.
Scotty is playing perhaps the most perfect floater game I've ever seen.
Yeah,
like he's really killing it. Which,
by the way, I love Haley on this night because she's not done when she's done.
She's not done after Tyler?
She's not. She's gonna go to Scotty and say, she's gonna be like, hey Scotty, I just love the connection we have. Like I love that it's nothing bad. She's like, I love us, and he's like, you know what, I think you might be a little drunk. You might want to eat some crackers or something. And it's like totally
I love Scotty
being the dude and just being the greatest.
I love, what the best thing is, Scotty has been very consistent with his interview or what he had said when he went to the house. Is like, like he was very self-aware about himself and like being with the ladies in the house. Like he's like, I'm gonna be able to tell like if you're trying to manipulate me because, and I remember. Because he and Rachel was in there chasing him around the very beginning, but like that narrative has been consistent.
Yeah.
With him he's playing a really focused game, like more even than Tyler, I think.
Yeah.
It's not as effective perhaps, but very focused.
I will say the place where I'm really impressed with Haley is where we got confirmation in Sunday's episode where she does have feelings for Fessy, but they don't come before game. So she's like, I can't like have a showmance with Fessy because that would ruin my game. And he's just kind of like he doesn't care. And we saw Swaggy tweet about that too, saying the exact same thing. Like, look, Haley told me that she had feelings, but will not put her game in jeopardy. And Fessy's the exact opposite. Fessy couldn't care about the game any less. He just wants Haley. So
that's the thing, though, is that like he does his caveman routine, like picks her up and throws him over her shoulder.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if she's putting game before showmance because the perception is those two are in a showmance. Like,
right. Yeah.
She'd have to keep him at arm's length, and she's not.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's that. But we've had a fantastic week. We've had,
wow.
Aside from the Sam stuff, we've had some great. We've had some. Oh man, yeah.
It's kind of nice that this is like the most stressful part of the season right now, or so far, is the fact like Sam dealing with this, because I know like last season there was a lot more stressful, like bad kind of stressful things going on.
Yeah. Like Sam might kill somebody.
Yeah, I guess that can be pretty stressful.
Yeah.
Well, and there's the whole. I'm really sad I didn't get to be here for the episode where we talked about Bailey frothing blood from her mouth.
Oh, you can go
while she shrieked.
Yeah.
But there's been some significant like interpersonal distress.
Yeah.
But it's almost always over like some shit that must be that person's own shit because it's almost always got nothing to do with what actually happened in the house.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
What do you guys think the over under is in when we find out about Bailey and Swaggy's potential offspring?
Man, if she's actually pregnant, I bet they're gonna reveal it at the finale.
I was talking to my sister, and she said she was betting on a proposal at the finale.
Oh,
that'll
100%. 100% that'll happen.
Yeah. Man.
And it'll be all about them, and he'll wear like a tux with his name on it, and it'll be
and his face on the back.
God, America.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so this could be kind of crazy. Like
Shaun's kind of just left us and showing us Olivia right now.
Oh my.
She's great too, but I kind of miss Shaun.
Yeah, Olivia's good, but Shaun, I hope you come back. I think we do have to talk about what might happen next week, though, because we're starting to get people on the look. JC's running around, and Scotty's running around, and if JC tries to pin a vote on Scotty, it's gonna blow up on Thursday. So we're gonna have another Thursday blow up this week, I think.
Really?
Because JC's plan is to pin a vote on Scotty, and Scotty's not gonna have any of it because the suspects are gone. Like, the only people that would conceivably flip a vote in their minds are each other, and so there's gonna be some Scotty versus JC action
drama.
And one of them is going to get evicted, I think, next week.
I get why JC kind of wants to do this because this is the game that he's been playing this whole time. But he needs to stop. He needs to figure out a different way for his vote to go one way, and everyone understands of why it went that way. Right. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be able to switch gears. He hasn't shown the ability to switch gears yet from the guy who's playing both sides to sticking to one side when it suits him. And he says he's going to do that. He told Tyler and all those and Angela that he's done with that side, but I kind of doubt that.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say if I'm JC, and I think my best option would be to say that there were not enough votes. Even if I voted with you guys, there were not enough votes. Right.
Because Fessy's vote got stolen or whatever.
Yeah. So Fessy's vote is canceled, and so even if Scotty does vote to keep that, so that's Scotty and JC who are on their side, right. But you still have Tyler, Angela, and Brett. So that's 3. Who am I missing? Oh, Sam.
And Sam is not enamored with Tyler at this point.
Yeah.
So, in fact, she said that she wants Tyler to go this week. Not this week, but she said that she wants Tyler out of the house. So that's where she's at. But who knows where her vote's going to be. Casey has this brilliant idea, by the way, that if it's close, she's going to tell Sam that she needs her vote because she needs a sympathy vote. And she's hearing that everybody's going to vote her out. Because that worked that worked last week to get a sympathy vote. So.
Yeah, that's how Bailey got the vote.
Yeah. So,
Dolby was just saying Sam promised Casey your vote. So there we go. So I think at that point, do you think that we'll be seeing a unanimous vote, our very first unanimous vote?
Nope.
No? Okay.
No.
Because that's right. JC can't switch gears.
Yeah.
Right.
And also, I guarantee you, we'll see Fessy in a blanket on Thursday going, what happened? I don't know what happened, you guys. I swear this game is crazy. Haley, where are you? I need you to explain something to me.
Every week, though, that whole side of the house just shrugs and goes, well, just pick ourselves up and try it again.
Yeah, it was probably Scotty.
Oh, my God.
God, they're so bad at the game. They're so bad at the game. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, we should probably end this.
That's it. That's it for this week. It's been fantastic. I can't wait till Wednesday when we
Thursday.
Wednesday when we see the bathroom conversation, and then we can talk about the
oh my gosh
on Thursday. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be zombie.
And Kelly, are we gonna see you on Thursday?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes, you will.
I think we're probably, because I have class, so we'll probably do it after the West Coast viewing again. Just a little late for East Coast. Sorry, guys. Wish I could fix that. Stupid being a teacher.
Yeah, being a teacher. Oh man.
It's the worst.
First
Just
time
kidding.
was horrible. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Nice to see you guys.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.